Hi everyone, welcome back to your Astro Week Who's Hot This Week horoscopes for the week of May 2nd to May 8th, 2016. That I write for the Echo newspapers in good old Kamloops, BC. All presented by the sunnyside.net, of course. Hi everyone, I'm Sonny. I hope everyone's having an absolutely fantastic week. I hope, you guys are going on some romantic adventures and everything works out. As I'm writing and recording, as I'm recording this one, I think there's... Forget what I think. Watch the last video to find out what's going on this weekend. I really can't... There's a new moon coming up, I think. I think there's a new moon in... I think there's... I don't see how it's possible that... Whatever. Full moon last week, right? Last half. Next week there's a new moon in Taurus, but like... Whatever. Here we go. First things first, if you like... Anyways, welcome back. It's my welcome. Can you imagine if you walked in the door? Welcome to the music studio. I'm Sonny. Like, I hope, whatever. First things first, if you'd like to skip my blah blah blah, then hang out in the reception and one of the teachers will get in touch with you. Anyways, first things first, if you'd like to skip the messages and head directly to your sign, then simply click on the link in the description box below. Next, no messages. Though there are messages, I mean, and there are gigs of course, but I'm a little busy today. I finished writing this morning, and then Barbie dropped by, so we hung out for a bit. And then the kids are coming really soon, almost immediately, so I just gotta crush these out. And it's the weekly scope, so it won't be too long. But I am going blah 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 blah. So, if you want to know the gigs, you can look them up. And, what else is going on? I'm looking for, anyways... That's about it. That's about it. I am looking for another piano teacher here, so if you get at the studio to add to our list of outstanding teachers and performers. So, if you know of anyone who's exciting, fun, qualified, then get him to give me a call. Alright, next. Whatever. Man, I am tired today. I went to the gym this morning. Oh, time for some coffee. I went to the gym this morning and then I had a bunch of writing to do. I was supposed to do some running around. I didn't get that done. But it's all cool. Let's see what's hanging and what's up. Marcus is going to come in shortly and we're going to rock our brains out on saxophone and it's going to charge me up. That'll put me in a good mood. My students are awesome. Anyways, here we go. The overview for the week of May 2nd to May 8th, 2016. And as I'm writing this, Mercury's going to go retrograde. So, as you're seeing this for this week, I didn't say much about it in this video, but Mercury's retrograde. It's a big deal for some. It's not such a big deal for others. Expect people from your past to drop by. Expect to revisit a lot of things. You know, expect to make mistakes. But I'll tell you kind of how it works. There's like... You know, it goes in cycles. So, things that happened last Mercury retrograde will happen again this Mercury retrograde. You know, similar themes or kind of stuff. Meaning, if there's someone that you see... So if you bought a car under Mercury retrograde, you'd expect it to have problems every time there's a Mercury retrograde. No big deal. If you move in with someone under Mercury retrograde or you have a relationship start under Mercury retrograde, expect it to change, maybe expect it to end at the end of the when Mercury goes direct again, and expect to see that person again or someone like them at the next Mercury retrograde. So it's not that big of a deal. It's like little pockets right in the middle of time. Just kind of pop in and pop out. So it's not really that big of a deal. Be careful about things that you start and paperwork that you sign, because often you're going to miss the fine print, and so it's not going to be exactly what you think it is. And these are love horoscopes, right? So especially in relationships, Relationships begun under Mercury retrograde seem to be wonderful and quite romantic. However, glasses are going to come off pretty quick. So just letting you guys know before we read the scopes. This week, and anyways, that's the action. I hope everybody's cool with it, because like it's happening, so just be cool with it. Alright everybody, here we go, the overview. This week, the moon, right, Love Scopes, the moon, will start off in aggressive, impulsive, and competitive Aries. Then, midweek, it'll shift into stable, luxurious, and grounded Taurus. This means for all of us, this is kind of neat. It's going to be an interesting week. So Mercury's retrograde, right? So you're going to have to do it again, but like, it might be worth it, might not be worth it. The show I'm doing in the square is completely 100%, the whole thing is under Mercury retrograde, so like, and the shadow, so I expect problems, but like, I'm cool with it. I'm a pro, I'll roll with it. And I'll take care of everyone along the way. We're gonna have a wonderful show. Anyways, so it's like the beginning of an emotional story, and it kind of mirrors the story of Tarot, and it's the overall story of modern astrology. When I look at this stuff and I memorize it in stories. And whatever, not every astrologer does that, I'm a little different. But anyways, as always, it depends on where it falls and how it falls in your personal chart. Anyways, for most of us, it's a time of new emotional beginnings. But keep in mind, again, Mercury is retrograde, so although the emotional energy is fresh, it's entirely possible that we'll all be going over some old themes. We might be giving the past a second chance, or things that have been slow will suddenly heat up. Yeah, Barbie dropped by. That's a classic Mercury retrograde scene, you know? And for those who don't know, Barbie's one of the people who really encouraged me to open up the studio here. And Barbie donated a bunch of furniture. She used to own Bonnie Brook on the Sunshine Coast, and she's still over there now. So it's classic Mercury retrograde stuff. Anyways, so might be giving the past a second chance, or things that have been slow will suddenly heat up. And I've said it a million times in the past, over and over and over again. There's always another way. You know, the problems that we had here in the last couple of weeks or the last month or so, I've talked to so many people, and so many people have said blah 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 blah. They're like, Sonny, of all people, you're like Mr. Hatchet Man. How come you so reluctant to like employ? And you guys don't get it, you know? It's not always hatchet time. There's another way. There's not only another way, there's a better way. And so just have to find it, you know? Sometimes these things are uncovered in time. And so I think I found it, and I'm quite happy with myself, although I'm really tired. Okay, anyways, so there's always another way, but at the same time, your needs have to be met, right? It's not always about me. It's about you, right? And so, you know, there is another way. And I was talking to my adult students downtown yesterday about, you know, the situation, and they're like looking at me like, so Sonny's about to evaporate some people. That's right, I'm gonna dehydrate you. And so, anyways, but I told them, you know, there's another way. You can solve all of this stuff, and whatever's going on in your life, you can solve it all with, there's another way. There really is. And you're gonna do it. But, oh wait, but at the same time, they came up with an interesting question. And I heard this question from my good buddy, and you know, he's like my brother Guy over he's still in Asia right now. And he used to say, do they deserve? You know, Sonny, you're creative. Okay, you can find the way. You know, you're the one who sees the way. So, do they deserve? And I was like, come on, man. You know, like, it's not about them and do they deserve. It's about me and my ability to be creative, my ability to shine my light. And it's you and your ability to shine your light and your ability to be creative. And I don't really believe in the whole, you know, only shine your light on one direction and don't shine it on something else. I'm not really one of those guys. I've never believed that. And I see so many people who try and shine a little light in one area and be dark towards other people. But like, what the hell is wrong with you? You clearly don't know what, you don't understand the concept of like radiance. You know, like it's not a, you're not shining, you're not resonating. You are like, blah, you're puking. You're puking happy words. And like, keep it away from me. I'm not into it. You know, I like to bask in the warmth of love, not in the, you know, get showered with the spit of pretty words. So like, whatever. But it's your action, and some people like to be showered with the spit of pretty words, so whatever. Should mean them. Anyways, but at the same time your needs have to be met. Right, and I don't see any reason to put all of that effort into a second chance when you probably already know the outcome. Now it sounds cold again, really, and again Mercury is retrograde, so this means relationships begun now will have to be adjusted. Or moreover, relationships begun now have a very strong chance of not working out long term. So, if you want to invest all of your time, money, and emotional energy into something that you already know isn't going to work, like, would you? For a couple of weeks of fun? Well, some people say yes, some people say no. It's, that's it. As for me, look, I wrote something about myself. Surprise, surprise. Personally, I tend to be a bit of a softie. You know, I talk pretty hard, and, you know, I am pretty hard at a lot of times, but I'm a softie when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I'm usually quick to give someone a second chance. Mostly because I'm already used to it. And, and normal people behaving normally, and extra people behaving extraordinarily are like, it's just part of the gig. And the, I already know. I've already been through it enough times to know that I'm the special one. So, like, you're gonna have to bring a little harder game than that. So, anyways, whatever. But sometimes it's a fun distraction along the journey, and I don't see things changing anytime soon. Again, especially under Mercury retrograde. But you might be different, and you might be in a different situation. So keep your eyes open, and maybe things will be different this time. I doubt it, but they might be. And according to the astro, things will be different for the next couple of weeks. Then it'll be back to the same old, same old. And I'm not really a fan of distraction, so like whatever. So, you're forewarned. And I really do wish everyone the best of luck. You know? But I am saying it's futile to try and change people. I'm not into... It's my job is to change people. I'm just not into, you know, doing it on a personal level. Just let it go. I've always believed to let people do what they want to do. And, they don't want to join you in your race, so it's your race, man. It's your race, not theirs. You know, not everybody I don't like jogging. My mom's a monster famous marathon runner. I don't like jogging. I only run so that when I go home I can run with her. And the, you know, just find your thing and do it. And just do it. Alright. Anyways, just... It's a lot easier and works. I think it works better than trying to force things, but that's it. Anyways, that's my 2 cents, and that's the overview. Aries and then Taurus. It's going to be a week of emotional beginnings. You're going to be assertive at the beginning of the week, and then you're going to slow into your groove in the second half of the week. But in the second half of the week, that's when we're really going to get that energy to want to get going and get on the getting on, although it's going to be kind of slow. Although it won't be arduous, it'll just be slow. Alright, that's it. Good luck, everyone. Man, I'm tired today. Alright, next. Fan mail. Let's have some more of this magic elixir that I get from the... Okay. Now who's sending me messages? Alright, whatever. Sarah Andrews writes in on my inner peace meditation that I wrote... I wrote for Big Red... whatever. That I wrote... for an old friend of mine a number of years ago. And she says, Sarah Andrews writes in, I almost didn't listen to this because of the saliva comment. Someone put some kind of comment on the thing. But I'm so glad I disregarded that comment because it was so not true. This is one of the best hypnosis sessions I've ever had. Thank you. I woke up later feeling so at peace. Thank you for this. Your voice is very soothing and I will be listening to again. Thanks, Sarah. That means a lot to me. I appreciate it. And I have to say, everyone is different, but I have a comment on that. I have a comment on the whole thing. I don't actually get it, but it happens to me constantly, my whole life, every day. And you know, let's see what I wrote here. It said, I'm happy that you are strong enough to look past the comments and make your own decisions. I wish more people were like that. And like I seriously do. You wouldn't believe some of the bad comments I've heard over the years by people who just didn't have the confidence to check things out themselves. It's really interesting. And in Freemasonry, it's the biggest distinction between successful members of the craft and absolutely everyone else. It's the ability to ask questions and to make your own educated decisions, not just relying on gossip or hearsay. And to me, and you know, I wrote a bunch more because I started to get a little moody about this particular topic about, you know, people throwing stones and wanting everyone to hear it. And you know, I get that a lot. You know, I am the master hypnotist. I do the waking hypnosis thing. You know, I'm an aggressive hypnotist, and if there's something that I like, I'm usually very aggressive in going after something that I really want. I'm not aggressive in going after a maybe or something that I'm not sure about. But or if I want someone to prove themselves, they better prove it, or else I'm not interested. But if it's something that I know that I want, I'm very aggressive in going after it, and I think you should be too. So, you know, I ask the questions, you know, I find out, I do the research, and for me, it's a very big deal. And I've seen, so, you know, as a therapist, as a, like, you know, from the stage, from the side of the stage, as a producer, the whole deal, right across. I've seen, and I call it weak game. There's weak game and strong game, and like, I've seen so many relationships and people damaged just because they didn't have the confidence to go check things out themselves. And I don't have a lot of pity for those who do it. And they've called me really bad things over here, like my brother-in-law, like a whole bunch of real losers. And so, like, things like, alright, whatever, but like, I don't care. I don't care. I know who I am. I know who I am. Anyways, it is a big deal. And so, thank you again, Sarah, for having the confidence in yourself. It's nothing to do with me. It's the confidence in yourself to look past the prejudice and the gossip and the hearsay of other people, and to really take a chance on yourself and check something out for your own good, for yourself. And I'm proud of you. So, to Sarah, wishing you the best of a beautiful day. And sub, you're welcome in my world anytime. Next! I wonder how long this is dragging on. So we need Wes here to be timing everything. Sonny, you're like... Okay, next. Here are the scopes for the week of May 2nd to May 8th. 2016, that I write for the Echo newspapers in beautiful supernatural Kamloops, BC. Dear Aries, finances and personal decisions have you feeling trapped and unable to live the life you really want. An opportunity to improve your bank balance arrives with a chance for adventure. Well, that's pretty cool. A timely decision opens closed doors. That's interesting. Timely decision, Aries. Miss jump into everything you see. Time it. Dear Taurus. Taurus, there's trouble with money, but you're currently attracting and beginning a new personal astro cycle. So expect opportunities to present themselves where and when you need them. A new haircut late in the week does wonders to reset your mood. Taurus, you're in a new cycle. It's your birthday. Do a wardrobe change or a makeover and you're going to feel awesome. Dear Gemini, you're tired, fighting with partners, and progress seems halted by illusions. Take a deep breath and knock on new doors. Love is waiting with a different tribe. Yeah, Gemini, every time I write these Geminis and I see all the goofy stuff happening with Gemini relationships, there's one Gemini in particular, like my mom seems fine in relationships, so she's got some cuckoo bananas at her building, and like, I'm a Gemini rising, and my relationships are my relationships, whatever. But the other one, like, she's doing wonderfully. I don't know what the problem is. The little Seb's a Gemini. He seems to be fine. Everybody seems to like him. So I don't know. Wes is cool. I don't know. Anyways, that's the action, Gemini. That's according to the scopes, anyways. Anyways, that's it according to the scopes. Maybe it's mostly affecting the rising signs. The real Geminis, the Geminis natal signs that I see seem to be fine with it, but you never know. You do know. I'm telling you. Dear Cancer, some of you have some decisions to make, but you seem torn between worlds. You can have it all, but you have to go an extra mile and take a leap of faith. By the new moon, you'll know what to do. Dear Leo, if the kids are causing fits, then take a deep breath and count to 10. Be careful to keep them behaved when out and about. Professionals are checking to see how you handle the pressure. So check this out, Leo. So you got a problem with kids right now. Okay, whatever. You know, deal with it. If you want to have kids, it's not the greatest time. Kids might be getting sick. They might be unruly. They might be rowdy. That's the deal. That's the action. Oh, and lovers might be giving you problems too. But like that's part of, you know, I'm becoming desensitized to it. So, but having said all of that, yeah, Saturn hasn't left Sagittarius yet. So I'm quite certain by the time all of this is done in the fall, I'm going to have a different view of things. But for now, I don't care. So, but kids and these guys are causing you problems. But you're very high profile right now, so you gotta be cool when you go out. Dress your best and be your best, and not just like a little bit to try and impress. It's like that resonating thing. People who do that, man. Whatever. Dear Virgo, if you've been surfing the energies, then you should be having a good year filled with romance, money, and now, adventure. Adventure? No, subtract venture, son. Calm down. Okay. If someone different from your usual type smiles, then it's a good idea to see where it leads. They just might be the icing to sweeten your day. Oh, that's such sweet. That's so sweet. Say it again, Sonny. They might be the icing to sweeten your day, Virgo. I know Virgos are like, Sonny. Okay, whatever. Libra, our most beautiful sign. Let's see what this action has to do with you. Libra, wrap up relationship decisions at the beginning of the week and get ready to speed forward. Okay, I know you don't like to be told you don't like to be rushed with your decisions. And personally, I'm not really trying to push you into anything because, like, I don't care. Like, I'm not dating any Libras, so, like, do whatever you want. But there's a time for everything, you remember? Like, you know, I believe in, you know, certain equations and things. It's not all about... You know, like, there's a lot of theory that goes on underneath using your gifts, and using your gifts all the time is painful, man. You need to recharge. So, like, what are you talking about, sir? Nothing that anyone watching this video is going to understand, that's for sure. So, wrap up relationship decisions at the beginning of the week and get ready to speed forward, and I'm not pushing you to make a decision. And whether you make one that you're happy with or you're unhappy with, Mercury is retrograde, so I'm quite certain you're going to have to do it again. And if there's any problems of any kinds, I'm right here, and of course I'm here to listen. And not only listen, I'll give you a big hug, and we'll be okay. You know, we're going to make it through together. If we weren't doing this hand in hand, I wouldn't be doing it. So, anyways, you're going to be okay. I'm here for you. Even though you're a flake. Okay. Wrap up relationship decisions. The new moon late in the week stimulates a new joint project, and you'll want your heart to be settled and safe as you move on to improving your finances. Love is waiting with someone dark and mysterious. Woo! Yeah, so I'm not pushing you, Libra, although it seems like it, and it seems like I've been pushing you in the last couple of videos. All I'm saying is that the energy's moving on. It's going to move on to joint finances. And, like, personally, I want to be, you know, I'd like things to be settled in my life before I make, you know, before I start. I really want things to be settled so that I can get back to doing my stuff, you know, get back to being a feature performer, get back to the stage. So, like, And it's really bugging me. It's been bugging me for a month, and it's gonna keep bugging me until I'm finished. So, anyways, the same thing goes for you, Libra. That, like, everything is cool. You just gotta kind of, you know, get ready to do your thing. And because the energy's moving on. So, you don't want to be left behind by your own energy. Okay. Dear Scorpio. Scorpio. Dear... Did anyone just come in? No. Okay. Dear Scorpio, money continues to be tight, but you should already be prepared for the unexpected trouble. Love has begun looking for you again, but signals are crossed, and you might be surprised at who stops in to say hello. Yeah, Barbie dropped by. I couldn't believe that. So, like, that surprised me. Okay. Love has begun looking for you again, but signals are crossed, and you might be surprised at who stops in to say. In a strange twist, you'd rather spend time at the office anyways. Hey, she dropped by the office. That was kind of interesting. Whatever. There's more to Scorpio, that's what's going on, but, like, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to figure it out. Like, you know, your affections, they're not hitting target. They're not on target right now, but they are resonating, and other people are coming in to say hello. So it's kind of an interesting trip. Doesn't always work like that, but that's what's happening right now. So roll with it, Scorpio. You got 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of, like, and so, you know, we move on for a reason, you know? Good, and I don't expect, and it's a type of pain no one should have to go through twice. So, for a pleasure that's only, like, maybe, it's not a good fight. So, fight the good fight, Scorpio, not the lame fight. Don't be a bottom feeder. Alright, dear Sagittarius, okay, Sagittarius, our jokiest sign. As the jokiest, don't grandmother say, boy, he is joking now. Like, alright, stop, okay. Dear Sagittarius, the sun begins to warm the day. You'd love to get out and play. Ooh, your thinking is shifted to the practical, and a dream suddenly has a plan. Mix business with pleasure, and you just might please everyone in the room. Good luck, Sag. You know I got your back. Dear Capricorn, be careful who you trust with your heart and your pocketbook. A creative project gathers interest and investors. Oh, seriously. A short midweek break recharges emotional batteries. Dear Aquarius, check it out. I'm picking up steam. Dear Aquarius, you're still lucky enjoying finances, but a new home-based project positions you for a chance to break free. Clean up messages and ask for... Messages? What? Clean up messes and ask for help. You have the second chance you've been hoping for. There's Pisces. You're super aggressive professionally, and although it's bumping some people the wrong way, you should keep going. Pisces is cool. Keep going. You know, the more people you bump, you know, you're pushing through the crowd. Good girl. Keep going. I'm really proud of you. Okay. And, of course the Scorpio would say it's okay to bump people the wrong way. I'm sure Cancer would disagree, but, like, forget that. Who cares about Cancer things? Okay. Dear Pisces, your heart may become heavy with financial impatience, but it's time to spread the word, not necessarily cash checks. So and here's the biggest advice I could ever give. Pisces, become the dream that sets you apart. Don't just think it, don't just kind of do it. Just close your eyes at night, and when you wake up in the morning, you're going to wake up into a new world. Be the star in that new world. Your dream. I used to tell people all the time, they're like, Sonny, how come you push so hard? How come you're such a head case all the time? Like, I hear it all the time. I used to hear it. Now they just do something else stupid, and I react. But it's not the deal, man. You see, you know, you're like, you have to do it. Everyone, you have to do it. You're the dream, and without you living your dreams, other people have nothing to dream about. They have nothing to aspire to. So it may be fun, and it may be comfortable, or it may not be, to hang out at a certain level, The cream always rises to the top. And if you are a dream, then be a dream. If you're beautiful, be beautiful. If you're talented, be talented. Do your thing. Even under Mercury retrograde, the planets can't stop you from being beautiful. And so it always goes back to what my old teacher used to say. He used to say, Sonny, always play beautiful music. No matter what you do, always play pretty music. He's right. And I've had other teachers say that similar things too. You know, Sonny, you just got to do it. You just, you know, Master used to say, you know, Corinne, it hurt me too. Like he used to say, it hurts me too, but we got to do it every single day. And we do. So like, you know, it's not just for us. It's so that the world is a more beautiful place around us. And, you know, you want to succeed. You want other people to believe that they can do it too. And because, together, it really is a beautiful day. And so be the light that leads the way. I believe in you, Pisces. That brings us to I'm not feeling it, but I am kind of seeing it. You know, this week's lucky and love signs are Aries and Libra, with Scorpio and Taurus heating up fast. As for everyone else, be a super amazing, fantastic wing. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really rambled today. I am tired. And pick up a check. Come on, seriously, man. Pick up the check. I'm getting some... From the sunny side, I'm Sonny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a beautiful week. And I'll see you soon.